Okay, when I had my Victron system installed in my trailer, there was one item that I wanted to add, and that is a cell router, cell Wi-Fi router. This will allow me, for example, to monitor activities, such as the camera and stuff like that that's in the trailer, remotely from no matter where I am when it's stored, that type of thing. And however, I discovered that these cell routers were not really that great. I bought 2 or 3 different models, tried them out, and I found my iPhone 12 had better reception than these units. They had, 4, 5, or 6 antennas, but side by side, my iPhone 12 had better reception. And then I had to deal with a third package of data. So, fortunately, I had the time to return it and got my refund on these things. I even tried antenna boosters. The trouble with them, those particular models, they didn't support enough bands. They were only basically for 2G, 3G bands. So it didn't help. It was not usable at all. Not worth the funds for it. So that one got scrapped. And I'm still thinking. In fact, I said, okay, if I want to monitor my Victron, I'll get one of the Victron cellular gadgets, which may happen. Let's have a dedicated unit. But then I looked at a couple others approaches, which I'm going to talk about. Let me just. Okay, pictures that I may show of the devices is not that I'm recommending any for or not. I'm just using them for illustrative purposes, the ones I've used. And the whole purpose is to draw some principles or what to watch out for when you're looking for a system for your van life or RV life, whether it be full-time or part. Full-time may require something a little bit different, but I think the concept to watch out for will be there. So hopefully that helps. Just take it at a grain level. Okay. I'll just show you quickly pictures of some of the items I started. Like this one in particular, cell booster. It's only good really for 3G, even though they advertised 4G. It didn't support enough bands. The concept is nice. I know there are newer models out, I notice now, that support the 5G and have more bands, but the prices have gone skyrocket. Not worth it. And here's another one that I tried, the same thing. It really didn't make much difference. In fact, later on, I found a few people who had similar setup, and they weren't really positive about it. They didn't felt it helped enough. And again, they have upgraded these units. Whether they're better, only time will tell. Anyways, I did find one model that caught my attention, and I did try this. This is my second cell phone. Actually, I had a Mophie, which I tried out, and it was completely useless. It was really alpha firmware, not even beta. So I switched to this. It was very good. It worked. It's just my cell phone was way better in reception. And it was 4G, however. And so I started to look at this 5G and thinking, okay, I'll get this unit. I'll get antenna booster, put it on the roof. But I suspect the reception wouldn't be any better if I had my phone on the roof. So I'm looking at something different approach. And this is what I'm going to explain next. Yeah, I'm referring to an omnidirectional antenna on the roof. They do have beams or directional ones that definitely would want if you're in a fringe or don't really have cell service. It might work. Okay. Okay. Seeing that my iPhone 12, and I assume the 13 and 14, whatever, will even be better in reception. And I have phones. So I kind of decided to do a different approach. Look for a Wi-Fi router that will support tethering or hotspot. Okay, so I started looking at these particular unit. This one is probably the cheapest one in the mid $50. And it supports all those features. The only disadvantage with this model, it's because it's slower Wi-Fi speeds. In fact, I will show the speeds here. Hold on. Okay, I'm not sure if you could see this screen, so I'll just let you know. This particular 50 plus unit on 2.4 gigahertz, 300 is the speed, 300 megabits per second. And on 5G, it's 867 megabits per second. Now, if you're interested in Open VPN and the different VPNs, it needs to be cellular, not cellular, but Ethernet connected, and you're talking about 12 and 65 megabits per second, which is kind of slow. And anyways, to me, OpenVPN, stuff like that is not important because with the Mac and the latest operating system and Little Snitch, I can control it. The model that is catching my attention is this one, the 2.4 gigahertz band. You get 574 megabits. I would, of course, use 5G, and it supports 2402 megabits per second. And OpenVPN, 150, and the other one, I think it's called, what's it called? Let me just take a look here. It's called WireGuard. Again, has to be via internet, 300. A little bit better, but nothing really great. Again, it's not my concern, it's Wi-Fi. And the reason why that's important, you're in an RV, our devices are connected on Wi-Fi, and I could have one tethered or hotspot phone handling it. I could put it in a position where it gives me maximum reception. And in most cases, I would be in cellular service, often fringe, but in cellular service. So this is the approach I'm thinking about. Okay, this particular unit, right now I think there's 178 with a discount of 40, so you're talking about $148. I still think $100 would be the proper price, but that's something you have to decide. Yeah, you have one of these units set up, hotspot an iPhone, and you can use your iPad, either if you're doing a van life or RV life or by a campfire. It seems to be the cheapest approach, and I think that your success or reception will be very, very close to using all the other cellular routers and antennas. Once you put an outside antenna, you got to keep the coax short, or you have to be sure it's excellent high quality coax, because the losses are very high, and when you go into the gigahertz range. So these are factors you have to take into consideration. I haven't purchased this unit. I'm still shopping around and deciding the approach, but basically, this is my thinking, and I think this conclusions I'm coming to may also work for many other people who are thinking of the same thing. Hopefully, this helps. Okay, I'm not recommending any particular brand. I'm just using these as an illustration and what to watch out for, a different approach to getting cellular service when you need it, and also to be able to hook up many devices through hotspot. Like in my scenario, my Victron would be connected to this unit either directly through Ethernet cable or Wi-Fi. I have both options. All my cameras, Wi-Fi would be connected. So everything that has Wi-Fi in your RV or van would be connected to this device or one similar like it. And Wi-Fi speed would be the most important. So that's why I'm looking at this model or one that has the same speeds. And it runs off 5 volts DC. So you can use one of these adapters, which I have one built into my Victron. And also in the trailer, I have these 5-volt DC connections. So great. Everything runs off the battery. Or you can use a battery pack if you don't have that type of system. So this would kind of resolve my Victron setup. The only thing I would need to consider would be having some sort of cellular option if I want to remote connect to it. That could be done. I could use an eSIM if necessary on an old phone. I do have one around. So I may have found the solution. It's just a matter of testing and verifying it. Hopefully this gives you an idea what will work for you. Take care.